EFCC takes over Binance probe, plans flee executive's extradition. On the foreign scene, Mukhtar Ansari, Indian politician, dies of cardiac arrest, age 60. In sport, Omero says Super Eagles focused on 2026 World Cup qualifiers. Hello and welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to News Express on Global Television. We are live in the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Anthony Momodu. President Bola Tinubu has joined the Christian faithful to commemorate Easter, a significant moment and glorious celebration of the triumph of life over death. This is contained in a statement by Chief Ajuri Ngelale, Special Advisor to the President on Media and Publicity in Abuja. He said the President greeted Christians in Nigeria and around the world on this occasion, emphasizing love, sacrifice, and compassion as the patent themes of this solemn season. President Tinubu noted the sacrifice of Jesus Christ for humanity as a lesson for leaders and Nigerians to yield to selflessness and compassion and be steadfast in the pursuit of a united, peaceful, and prosperous nation. The President is assuring Nigerians that the seeds of patience which they have sown are beginning to sprout and will in no time bring forth an abundance of good fruits. President Bola Tinubu has posthumously awarded the 17 heroes of the Okwama killings with national honors. The President announced the awards during the burial ceremony of the 17 officers who paid the supreme price in Delta State at the National Cemetery in Abuja. Kikelemo Okere was there for Global Television.
In a solemn ceremony at the military cemetery in Abuja, President Tinubu, alongside top government officials, paid their last respects to the 17 soldiers brutally murdered in Okoma, Delta State. The nation mourns at dignitaries, including the Deputy President of the Senate and the Speaker, House of Representatives, governors, and senior government functionaries gathered to honor the fallen heroes. As a mark of national recognition for their sacrifice, President Tinubu declared that the slain soldiers will be posthumously bestowed with the national honors of the Order of Niger MON for the senior officers, while the remaining soldiers were honored with Order of Federal Republic OFR.
To protect the families of our departed heroes, the federal government will provide housing in any part of our country to each of the families of the 4 officers and 13 soldiers that were among them. The federal government has also approved scholarship to all children of the deceased up to university level. Including those who are in the womb.
Earlier, the Chief of Defense Staff, while praising the bravery and dedication of the fallen soldiers, assured their families that the armed forces of Nigeria continue to stand by them, providing support and assisting in their time of need.
By your side as you confront the challenges that lie ahead. Indeed, the world is a dangerous place. We together, working together hand in hand, will make Nigeria better, and indeed, the entire nation. To the perpetrators of this violence who seek to sow division and fear among our people, take this from me. Our resolve will not waver. We will hunt you down, we will bring you to justice, and we will restore peace and security to every nook and cranny of our dear nation.
While commiserating with the families of these gallant soldiers, the Chief of Army Staff assured that the Nigerian Army will not leave them in the cold.
Has added to the care of the Nigerian Army, and by extension, the Nigerian state, 10 widows, 3 of whom are 4, 5, and 8 months pregnant, 21 orphans, and many other dependents, which include parents. while commiserating with the families of these gallant soldiers, I assure them that the Nigerian Army and the good people of this country will not leave them in the cold.
The president, governors, and other dignitaries and families of the slain soldiers lay wreath at the graveside. 21-gun salute was rendered in honor of the slain military personnel.
It is no longer news that when soldiers are sent to the theaters of operation, some might not make it back, while some may come back handicapped. Now that the 17 soldiers have been paid their last respect, what remains now is how those they left behind will be taken care of by the government which they served. From military cantonment in Abuja, Kikelomo Okeri, Global Television News.
The Ovio of Ewu Kingdom in Ughelli South local government area of Delta State, Clement Ikolo Erugbe I, has surrendered himself to the police. The decision comes on the heels of the defense headquarters declaring him and 7 others wanted at the briefing in Abuja in connection to the killing in his domain. Earlier, reacting to his name being listed among other 7 wanted in connection to the crime, the monarch in a video expressed shock. He denied his involvement and described himself as a devoted Catholic and Christian who would never do such. Other persons declared wanted: Professor Ikpeekpo Otto, Adewo Bariri, and Akiru Omotekbo. Akata Malawa David was also declared wanted: Sinclair Oliki, Ruben Baru, and Igoli Ebi. The Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps Kano State Command has deployed 1,384 operatives across churches as well as strategic locations. This development is meant to ensure peaceful and hitch-free Good Friday and Easter Monday festivities across the state. This is contained in a statement by the Command's Public Relations Officer SC Ibrahim Abdullahi. The State Commandant, NSCDC Kano Command, Mohammed Falala, has directed the deployment of 1,384 personnel across churches and other strategic places. According to him, the personnel were drawn from the various departments of the command to complement the effort of those at the divisional offices in providing adequate security during and after the Easter celebrations. The departments include Operation Department, Critical National Asset Protection Department, Armed Squad, and Anti-Vandalism Units. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has disowned Wednesday's Labour Party National Convention in Anambra. The Chief Press Secretary to INEC Chairman Erotimi Onyekomi made this known in Abuja. Onyekomi said that the conduct of the convention was not monitored by INEC, declining to state further why it was not monitored. The Labour Party had on Tuesday shifted the convention from Umuahia in Abia to Nnewi, Anambra State. Speaking on the venue change, Kehinde Edun, the Labour Party National Legal Advisor, told newsmen that the party had duly informed INEC about the change in venue and dates. Niger State House Assembly said it passed vote of confidence on the administration of Governor Mohamed Bago because of his leadership style. The motion for the vote of confidence was moved by the member representing Tafa constituency, Mohammed Idris, and seconded by the member representing Bida II, Haruna Mohammed. The session, chaired by the Deputy Speaker, Honorable Afiniki Yunus Dauda, representing Gurara State constituency, took many by surprise. Afiniki said the session is to spotlight the administration, positing that Governor Bago has been a dogged and dedicated leader who has shown exemplary leadership style. The National Agency for Food, Drugs Administration and Control, NAFDAC, has confiscated pharmaceutical products worth millions of naira in Onitsha, Anambra State. This is even as the regulatory agency has uncovered illegal factories producing counterfeit alcoholic beverages across Enugu and Imo states. The clampdown on illegal and counterfeit products underscores the agency's commitment to combating the distribution and manufacturing of illicit substances in the Southeast region. NAFDAC's director for the Southeast Zone, Martins Oluyemade, announced the successful raids during a press conference in Awka, Anambra State capital. Highlighting the initial operation, Oluyemade detailed the seizure of 892 bottles of codeine syrup alongside significant quantities of Rafnor and Tramadol, among other controlled substances. The Commandant General Nigerian the Commandant General Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps Ahmed Audu has deployed 35,000 personnel across the country to ensure a hitch-free Easter celebration. According to a statement by the Corps spokesperson Babawale Afolabi, the deployment comprising officers and men with targeting no fewer than 35,000 personnel is to provide watertight security before, during, and after the festivity to protect lives and property, including critical national assets and infrastructure. Adding that members of the public are also to support by giving useful and timely information on suspected acts and persons for prompt and appropriate response. The Armed Forces of Nigeria has declared 8 persons wanted in connection with the gruesome murder of 17 soldiers in Okwama community in Delta State. Director of Defense Media Operations, Major General Edward Buba, made this declaration in Abuja while addressing journalists on activities of the military in the theater of operations. He says the military will do whatever it takes to get the suspects. Kikelomo Okere has details.
While fielding questions from journalists on the 17 soldiers who were gruesomely murdered on the 14th of March 2024 in Ukwama community in Delta State, the Director of Defense Media Operations says the military will leave no stone unturned to fish out the perpetrators of the heinous crime, adding that the armed forces is bent on sustaining the winning ways of the operational engagement.
Nevertheless, troops will continue with their efforts until the culprits are found, arrested, tried, and brought to justice by Nigerian law. As for citizens, you must know that you are our first line of intelligence and therefore must rise to the occasion. We have a duty to flush out the culprits, and we must rise to that occasion.
Meanwhile, during the week under review, the director rules out that troops neutralized 212 and arrested 252 persons. Troops also arrested 29 perpetrators of oil theft and rescued 244 kidnapped hostages.
Troops recovered 223 assorted weapons and 2,756 assorted ammunition. The breakdown of which is as follows: 3 M56 rifles, 115 AK-47 rifles, 3 PKT gun, among several others.
In the South-South zone, troops deny oil theft of the estimated sum of over 1 billion naira.
In the Niger Delta area, discovered and destroyed 102 dugout pits, 41 boats, 36 storage tanks, and 8 vehicles, among others. Troops also recovered 944,000 liters of stolen crude oil, over 170,000 liters of illegally refined AGO, and 1,500 liters of DPK.
The foregoing indicates that troops are weathering the storm through offensive posture and improved understanding of modus of operandi of the adversaries. The director reiterated the military high command commitment to continue to eliminate threats posed by terrorists and their cohorts. Kikelomo Okere, Global Television News.
The Civil Defense Correctional Fire Immigration Services Board has announced that it will conclude the ongoing recruitment process into the Federal Fire Service. The Minister of Interior and Chairman of the board, Olubunmi Tunji-Ojo, said the new date was in line with the board's reviewed timeline for the conduct of employment in the paramilitary services under its purview. Tunji-Ojo, who spoke through the Secretary of the CDCFIB, Jafaru Ahmed, at the end of its quarterly review meeting with heads of the 4 paramilitary agencies under its supervision, said shortlisted candidates will be requested to visit the board's portal via messages to their emails and mobile phone numbers. The minister urged the public to ignore messages on social media inviting them to pay some amount for placement, adding that they were from fraudsters. Operatives of Ogun State Police Command have arrested Aliyu Oyetola, aged 35, and 40-year-old Sheyi Afolabi, said to be members of a 4-man gang of one-chance robbers terrorizing residents of Sango Ota and its environs. Oyetola and Afolabi were said to have been arrested by the police operatives attached to the Sango Ota while on a routine patrol around Itori headquarters of Iwekoro local government area of the state. The State Commissioner of Police, CP Abiodun Alamutu, has ordered the suspects be transferred to the Anti-Robbery Department of the State Criminal Investigation Department for discreet investigation and diligent prosecution. President Bola Tinubu has approved the upgrade of the Federal Medical Center Birin Kebbi to a teaching hospital for the College of Health Sciences, Federal University Birin Kebbi. According to the institution's head information and public relations, Jamilu Mohammed, the approval was conveyed to the Vice Chancellor, Muhammad Umar, a professor, in a 13 March letter signed by the Minister of State for Health and Social Welfare, Tunji Alausa. This approval is a further testament to the passion and commitment of Mr. President aimed at ensuring that Nigerians get the best health care at affordable cost and to increase much-needed human resources for health in the country. The minister mandated the university to engage the management of the Federal Medical Center known as the Federal University Teaching Hospital Birin Kebbi to upgrade their facilities for teaching and research purposes. You're watching News Express coming to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. We're on StarTimes channel 276. Kindly follow us on all social media platforms using @GlobalTV NG and other handles now showing on your screen. When news cycle returns, FIRS targets 5 trillion naira VAT revenue amid EU concerns over tax evasion in Nigeria. These and other stories coming right after this break. Do stay with us. Welcome back from the break. This is Global Television bringing you live broadcast of News Express. Thank you for staying with us. The Federal Airport Authority of Nigeria has shut down a branch of the popular food outlet KFC at the Murtala Mohammed Airport, Lagos. FAN stated this in a statement signed by its Director of Public Affairs and Consumer Protection, Obiageli Ora. The statement added that the directive followed a social media report by a passenger which reduced mobility who alleged discriminatory treatment he received at the airport. The authority has instructed that the KFC management should tender an unreserved apology in writing to the affected PRM and a policy statement of non-discrimination be written and pasted conspicuously at the doorpost of their facility before it resumes operation. The United Nations Top Court has ordered Israel to enable the unhindered flow of aid into Gaza in order to avert a famine. In a unanimous decision, the International Court of Justice, ICJ, said Israel had to act without delay to allow the provision of urgently needed basic services and humanitarian assistance. This follows warnings that famine could hit Gaza within weeks. Israel has called allegations it is blocking aid wholly unfounded. Given its response to the court order, the Israeli Foreign Ministry said it was continuing to promote new initiatives and to expand existing ones to allow a continuous flow of aid into Gaza by land, air, and sea, working with the United Nations and others. As part of activities to mark the holy month of Ramadan, Al-Habibiyya Islamic Society has opened its food bank to help ease breaking of fast for Muslims in the nation's capital, Abuja. Our partner correspondent Danjuma Abdullahi reports that the initiative was made possible by voluntary contributions from Muslim faithful.
The idea of the food bank of the Al-Habibiyya Islamic Society started from the humble feeding of a few people in 2004 during the holy month of Ramadan.
About 3, 4, 5 families also came that they needed help. We continue like that till Ramadan finishes. And I told my people, I said, next year, this thing we did, we are not going to do it in piecemeal again. We are going to organize it and make it an institution.
Today, the Al-Habibiyya Food Bank initiative has truly blossomed into a household name in Abuja, practicalizing one of the true spirit of Ramadan, which is bringing people together, reducing isolation, and helping others where one has the means.
This program you see that we are doing, we just want to help God because God asked us to help Him. And if we are doing it for showing off, if we are doing it because we think we want to brag that we are the one that has money, I say God will not allow this thing to succeed. But if it's just for God alone and not thought that we are looking for anything there, you will see what will happen.
Cooking at the Ramadan Iftar kitchen at the Al-Habibiyya Masjid starts very early. Today's major menu is jollof rice with eggs. Over 77 crates of eggs are delicately boiled. The jollof rice is mixed with the ingredients and carefully packaged to await the appetite of the fasting Muslims. As a pediatric nurse, Hajia Habiba is very passionate about the impact of the feeding on children.
Sometimes I see children with malnutrition, and before the end of Ramadan, there is a change in them because we are able to give them at least 1 egg. So, and the normal nutritional requirement is at least 4 eggs in a week. But this time around, we are able to give them 7 eggs in a week.
Before and during the call to prayers, which signifies the time for the breaking of the fast, many Muslims in need continue to troop into the mosque. They receive water, dates for immediate breakfast. After the Maghrib prayers, everyone receives a takeaway package. The process is systematic, orderly, and efficient.
The number of people we fed, about 2,500, 2,400, in less than 15 to 30 minutes, they are taken care of. It does not remain anybody. There's no struggling, there's no any rowdiness anywhere because of experience, because of expertise, because of the sacrifice, because of the dedication, and because of the sincerity of the managers of the program.
This year, the Al-Habibiyya Food Bank and Feeding Program has come with different dimensions of challenges because of the dicey economic situation in the country.
The number of people that are giving us something has reduced compared to the number that gave us last year. 1, the number of people that want to eat, there are now more than the number of people that ate last year because so many people have gone poor. And thirdly, the prices of things as at last year has almost tripled to the number of prices that we get this year. So you can see the three challenges which we are facing, three-dimensional. But alhamdulillah.
How feasible is it to feed thousands of people free of charge every evening for 29 or 30 days?
Some people are now coming to support. New people are now coming that we heard you are doing this. And some people came because of what they saw.
The Al-Habibiyya Islamic Society has a hard-working and perceptive imam. This, combined with a set of dedicated and committed volunteers who put in many hours of work in order to serve humanity.
And that's how we call it a wrap on the News Express. My name is Anthony Momodu saying thank you for watching.